Okay, shalom, shalom, kwam yasha'Allah, kocholoimla, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Chacha Chodash, and double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth, and just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and H.I.M that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan Nawah. Just coming at you with another quick lesson. Praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And was just watching this video from the brother going off on Esau with his women basically coming up against him and talking about how he's the criminal of the planet, and if you just overall contain this motherfucker, then everything things will get better. And that's true, and we're talking about the man that's a reincarnation of Cain, man, that pretty much the first murderer, and coming back as Esau in reincarnation. Yeah, he has perfected that murder skill, man. And then he's, the scripture says that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not wearing, who is he? And then also you have to factor in the fact that the Lord blessed him with being a cunning hunter, and blessed him with the actual weapons to actually cunningly hunt. So he can hunt anything. It's not nothing that this man can't hunt. He has perfected hunting. He can hunt insects. He can hunt people. He can hunt lions, tigers, bears, giraffes, rhinoceros, whatever. He can hunt those things, man, because he has the weapons perfected, to actually hunt and subdue those particular whatever he wants to hunt. This man has basically harnessed the weather. He has, he has a situation where now he has, he uses the weather as a weapon. He has perfected that. Yeah, this man done weaponized everything, man. And he's gonna come down with great wrath because he know that he has but a short time too. So, and you got to think about how far he's come with the weapon. It's like, God damn, bro. This dude, he has really perfected that fucking weapon, man. And they're still building. That's the crazy part. If he were to just continue, that's why we always say, if this man were to continue to, that's why the Lord is going to shorten the time. Because if he continues, man, nothing will survive. I mean, let's just be honest here. He's just going to take the nuclear weapon to a whole nother stage, man. And then from that, he's going to advance to something else. And then from that, he's going to advance to something else. But overall, you know what I'm saying? Everything will be demolished, in the process, because it's only a matter of time. It's only, because he's not a keeper at home. He won't stop fucking with people. So eventually it's going to come down the pipe where, people are going to, they're already rising up against him. But while I'm at this light, let me get the scripture real quick. This is Psalms chapter 17, verse 13. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. See? So really, they were created by the Lord to do exactly what it is that they're doing. They're right on point. They're a necessary need. Like, we need them actually to basically go ahead and do what they're doing, so our kingdom can come. Because it can't come, because all the prophecies got to play out. We got to go through the things we have to go through. We have to go through persecution. We got to go through. And this man, like I said again, man, it's going to be some scary ass shit with this dude, man. Because he has perfected terrorism, man. He has perfected torture. Straight up. Anything that's got to do with death, he has perfected it, man. He knows exactly what torture techniques to torture you, because that goes back a long time with Esau. Going into, how he'll fuck you up, man, and just have you chained up somewhere, and going back to slavery. But he's been doing this for, since he's been a damn caveman. He has, he has figured out ways to torture people. Now, verse 14, Psalm 17 and 14, it says, from men which are thy hand, O Yahweh, from men of the world which have their portion in this life, in whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasures. They are full of children. Slovakia to start driving again. And they leave the rest of their substance to their babes, which that's all coming to an end too, you know, because they're pretty much all set up for slaughter now. You know, that brother was going up into the video, you know, he entitled his video basically their women, their widows would not mourn them, basically, roughly paraphrasing. You know, because you got the so-called white woman, she's going in on Esau right now. She wants nothing to do with this man because they understand that a lot of the violence that Esau commits, he actually commits it against his own women and children. And that's kind of like some of what the lady was going into in the video, you know? Because when it comes to crimes, they are number one in crime. They just not gonna, you know, they have perfected that point of, you know, using media as a weapon, and they have weaponized it against you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you Israelites. They have perfected that weapon against you. They're able to throw you on TV while they're doing all the crimes. You know, don't get me wrong. You know, we're not advocating for Jake on that end, because Jake is wicked as hell in a lot of areas. But see, Jake, they shoot and kill each other and are violent against each other. But even with the guns that they use against each other, it's you know, Esau created that shit. Esau created the bullets, man. And that gun is nothing to him now. You know, he has man, this man got lasers now. You know, this motherfucker got guns mounted on the top of Navy ships that are cutting down a building, man, with no problems, man. Motherfucker shoot off 1,000 rounds per minute. You know, you know, he has perfected it, man. He is the wicked that the Bible speaks of. And he's prideful in it too. But see, he doesn't know that very sword that he's been living by is going to be that very sword that he's going to go under, you know, by. He's going to be fucking nuked. He created the very weapon that's going to take his ass right on out of here. Which is a beautiful thing, and we're praying for it to happen soon, you know. But we know, again, we got to go through a lot, you know what I'm saying? We're praying for that endurance. We're praying that if this man ever catches us up and we're caught up in one of his torture chambers, so to speak, that, you know, the Lord will place that spirit on us to endure. Because you got to think about Yahushua. Think about how they tortured him. They tortured our Lord. They tortured him, man. They tortured him all the way until to the cross. Until he gave up that you know, gave up the ghost, man. They tortured him. And you know they have that same mindset for the Israelites. This is what it is, man. There you go, buddy. I see all y'all. Everybody going around because this guy trying to make this turn. Well, let me go too. Come on, man. Slovakia. Yeah, man. I mean, even this damn vehicle is a damn weapon. I mean, you think about that too. He has, you know, this guy created tanks, man. He created, you know, flying birds, basically. You know, he took after nature, man, and threw that, you know, and came up with him a helicopter. A damn jet, man. Flying throughout the atmosphere and shit. Moving at Mach speeds. You know? So you can't say that this is not... That's one of the main things that we can actually pinpoint Esau, is that gift of the sword. That weapon, man. Can't get around the fact that this man created that weapon, and that's Esau. No one has perfected that weapon like him. Now you got these other nations, pretty much overall, that have come up, and they've come up because they, you know, they've duplicated or they've replicated what Esau has done, and they know that they have to, because if they don't, Esau won't stop. He'll never have enough. Look at what they're doing over in Iran. You know, you got everything overall. You know, you gotta. They're not thinking about sharing shit with nobody. It's like the whole planet is big enough for all the nations, because the Lord gave all nations a spot to be in. Enough land, gave them all the agriculture that they need to eat, all the waterways, because the Lord knew that they, you know, all nations need water and food, cattle, all those different things. You know what I'm saying? Here you go, got Esau. He's like, fuck that. No, we want it all. That's like, you can, Esau, he's got houses everywhere. That motherfucker, you can only live in one house, at a time. But he's got houses all over the fucking place. All over the place. All different types of countries. But he can never have enough. That's why he's over there in Iran right now. You got these, those small tops over there with that, what's the name of this shit they got going on? Not the Abraham Accords, but that's can be a portion of it. The Greater Israel Project. And with that, they over there bombing the shit out of everybody, demolishing shit as they go, clearing the land, and just building up shit as they go. You know what I'm saying? Just taking people's shit and saying, oh, this is ours. They don't even have a border. And they done that on purpose. They don't even have like a border like, okay, this is Israel, this is it. No, because what they're doing is they're continuing to just clear land whenever they can clear land and continue on expanding. It's never going to stop. They're going to take over everything. They'll take over this entire fucking planet. It's never going to stop, man. And they're going to do it with the sword, or they're not going to do it, but, they would do it with the sword, I would say. Because the Lord is going to stop all that shit. You Edomites got, you have a time period. The Lord got a border for you guys, and you're not going to pass it. And we're seeing it in action, actually. We're seeing this thing in full-fledged action. We're seeing prophecies play out daily with this man. I done a lesson yesterday talking about how these Islamic men, straight Arabs, are winning all these damn elections here in America, because that's even a matter of fact. It was a bunch of so-called white women that voted for this guy here in Michigan, rallying with him. I was looking at it on TV like, damn, that's look like a bunch of damn Shedemites. But see, the so-called black woman, she went and voted for that one Stevens lady. And they put up all that money for her to win that election. AIPAC, man, they spent like 50, 60 million. This guy didn't even have no money to put up like that. And he still beat them. But the nigga woman, she went out and voted because, Obama and Michelle Obama was, pushing this woman with that Democratic shit. Because, Jake don't know nothing about no politics. They just, they hear the word Democrat and they lose their damn minds. Oh, I'm a Democrat. You don't even know what the fuck Democrat mean. You don't know what none of the motherfuckers that you voting for are gonna do. You don't even go on their website. That's a simple check. Or you can go on their website and see what they're about overall. You can go into news articles. You can see what they've done. You think you would at least do some of that. They don't even do none of that. They just like, oh, she's a Democrat. Matter of fact, my dad and them, you know what I'm saying? He like, oh, yeah, I see Democrat. And, they'll have like a whole... It's not like you just voting for everybody that's Democratic. You don't know nobody on the list. It's like 60, 70, 100 fucking people on there. All them, you don't know none of them except for maybe 2 people that have advertised on TV. But you vote for the whole Democratic. You don't know nothing about these people. But that's how far Esau has fallen, because the world is sick of Esau ass, man. His own people are sick of him. They like, hey, nothing is coming our way. We're struggling, and you continue to just give all the money to the rich. You're cutting all our shit, but you still taxing us. So people are, they're up in arms about this shit. But clearly, from what this so-called white woman was saying in this video, she was right. And she might just be an Eve, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of, I gotta really admit, it's a lot of these Shedemites, they cutting into their men these days. They're really cutting into their men these days. And when, what they say, what they say about a nation, when you lose your women, it's a bad look, man. It's a bad look. When you lose your women, that means that you pretty much overall lost your nation. Your nation is through. And rightfully so. Because look at how Esau has destroyed us as a people. Look at how he pulled the men out of our homes. And you got all these fucking YNs running around. That's the reason why you got all these niggas running around, these YNs, man. So I didn't want to keep it long, I'm pretty much about at my destination. But hey, the Lord is doing a work in the earth. And we have to continue on praying for the downfall of our enemy, man. Continue on praying for that, because it's working. We need out of here, man. We need a break. We need peace. We need a break, man. We need to get the fuck away from this man. Fuck all that old, like, can we all just get along and we're all together as one? No. We need to be fucking away from these people. We need, for real. I mean, it's not, that's the only, you got all these niggas out here marching and they're marching and they're marching and they're marching, but you haven't come to the conclusion that, hey, this man is the problem. We need away from this man. We need away from this man. It's like the elder Yashawamba the other day, I was watching him, and he kind of gave an illustration of, you know, pretty much like a business. If you got a business, say like, you know, you own a couple of franchises and you got, you know, these managers set up. And these managers, you know what I'm saying? You just get, you know, you looking at your reports monthly, and you're like, well, shit, hold on. Now this particular store over here on such and such, you know, why isn't, you know, what's going on? Why am I losing sales? You know, deposits not being deposited into the bank. You know, motherfucker not he's not ordering, you know, the shit that you need. He's not restocking. And he just, you know, the owner drives by and the fuck his place is in shambles. So what does he have to do? He's gonna get at the boss, man. What's going on? Fire that motherfucker. This is what has to happen to Esau. He has really fucked his world up. He's in management. He's basically the managers over the planet, and he has fucked this place up. And the Lord is coming to get him out of his place, man. Because the Lord said he's going to destroy those that destroy the earth. And these people have clearly destroyed the earth. They go along with these other heathen too, but Esau is the main one. Because he's the main one that's in charge of the planet. So he must be taken out, man. He needs to lose his goddamn job. That's just like with this, you know, come on, bro, this presidency. Each one of these presidents keep rolling off in here, and here you go. How the fuck you $100 trillion in debt? All your people suffering, the people fucked all up. You know, you need to be taken out of power. You're not doing well at the job. Anybody with a business will fire a motherfucker like that immediately. But yet you Americans, and then you've been fooled and duped into thinking that this is the greatest place on the earth with your fucking democracy, and everywhere you go is fucking disease. You know, it just becomes a place of shambles, man. Anyway, I'm gonna end out there, you know, pretty much at my destination. So, you know, hey, continue on praying for the downfall of Esau, Edom's kingdom. We're almost out of here. With that, shalom.